Hi everybody, this is Jared Lantern, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another prop review video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Skeleton Groundbreaker animated prop from Grandin Road. This is new for 2020. There was two versions of animated Skeleton Groundbreakers for Grandin Road. This one was named Barry, and the other one I believe was named Harry. So you had your choice between Harry and Barry, and I believe the only difference was just their clothing. This guy has what looks like to be a tattered brown jacket with a gray shirt and a black necktie, and then I believe Harry had just like kind of like a plain white tuxedo shirt with a black bow tie. And had they had because he kind of looks like a groom, the other guy looks like a groom with his attire. Had they had a bride kind of like similarly dressed, for the occasion, I definitely would have got Harry and then whoever the bride would have been. But unfortunately, they only had these two, and I chose this one just because I preferred the clothing on this one. So this is one of the few items from Grandin Road this year, very few items from Grandin Road this year that I had any interest in. I think we can all agree that Grandin Road, we've all agreed at this point that Grandin Road, their selection of animatronics and props has, I'm not going to say has gone down in quality, just they really have gone down in selection. They really don't offer too much for like the standard haunters like us. A lot of it seems to be more like high-end Halloween collector type of things. You're not going to really be going to Grandin Road's website to pick up a, middle-of-the-road priced animatronic these days. You're going there and you're going to be looking at home decor that, lands around the price range of like $1,500. So it's a little bit different these days. They used to really be awesome with their selection of animatronics. It's kind of slim pickings these days, but I really did like this guy. And the number one reason that I got this prop was because of the fact that I'm doing something this year that I've never done before, really, in doing a kind of a large-scale, full-fledged cemetery scene. So I will be using him as a groundbreaker, and I'm saying that because later on I'm going to talk about how I plan to use him in the future, not as a groundbreaker. But anyway, once again, his name is Barry. He stands about just a little over 2 feet high, half torso figure. And let's go ahead and take a look at the finer details of the prop. So lifting up his clothing reveals what his inside looks like. And it's just the basic, what I like to call, I always refer to this as the Christmas tree stand prop. You have this is pretty standard for a lot of props, cheaper props basically. And you have the four plastic legs that have a central connection point where you put metal poles, or in this case, just one pole, depending on how tall the prop is to be. And then if you look towards the neck of the prop, there is the speaker for the sound effects, and I believe it came with batteries, so I haven't opened up the battery pack yet, but I want to say it runs on 3 AA batteries. Soundtrack for this guy, probably one of the most overused soundtracks of any prop that I can think of. As soon as you guys hear it, you'll recognize it immediately. He moves from side to side, and his eyes do light up. But he has fairly better quality eyes than just standard LEDs. And you'll see it, when it's in action. The mouth does not move, except manually. You can choose to close it if you wish, or open it up. Turning it around here, like I said, very basic prop. Nothing groundbreaking about it. Excuse the pun. This is the part that was kind of confusing to me up here. I thought this was supposed to be like his collar, and I was trying my darndest to kind of peel this back from his neck, but it's actually glued on like that. So I guess that's the way they wanted it to look. I guess that was to save on a neck bone that isn't a neck bone at all. So who knows? But this is, again, it's not winning any awards for most interesting prop of 2020. I understand that. A lot of people have thought that he's a little overpriced for what he is. One argument that I'd have for that is I don't think you would find something like this at like Big Lots or even Lowe's or Home Depot, simply because of the fact that this is a full-sized skull, and this guy has a huge melon. I mean, that's a big head, and I don't think you would find that like in a prop that you'd find in a major store. It doesn't do too much in terms of animation, doesn't offer too much in terms of soundtrack, but for my purposes, I like the way he looked. They did a good job on making his clothes look nice and tattered. I know it's very basic, just kind of almost on the verge of creepy cloth type of clothing here, but I like it. Arms are posable. On the Grandin Road website, they have their arms kind of all in funky positions, up and down and stuff. But it's kind of the standard wire covered with styrofoam tubing, and then you can see right there. And there's the hands. The hands are kind of flexible, just as in one piece, not really posable. But I would like to use him like as a true ground popper looking type of prop, where his hands are firmly planted on the ground in front of like a grave marker or a tombstone, and I think it looked pretty cool for what I'm going for. So for him to be moving in the midst of a bunch of other static props, I think would be pretty cool. So now let's go ahead and get to the part that nobody's been waiting for, to see him in action and to hear the soundtrack that we all know. But here it is. Alright, you guys, so there is Barry, the animated skeleton groundbreaker for from Grandin Road. I looked at the information on the website. I cannot tell if it was a motion or sound activation, but he sets off really, really easily. I barely even touch the base, and he immediately starts going off. So I'm assuming it's a pretty good motion sensor, which will be perfect for my needs. So yeah, very basic prop. One thing I will make mention of again, now that you saw it, was I really do like how the eyes come out, the way they look. The kind of like the hollowed out effect of the eye sockets kind of play really well with the types of lights that they used. And like I said, just looks a lot better than just standard LED lights that sometimes are used for the eyes. So again, very standard, basic prop, animated prop. And I recommend him. I mean, he's in my opinion, he's worth the price. I should mention that I did get free shipping on him, so that helped out for my choice to purchase. But other than that, yeah, good prop, and I'm anxious to see how he looks in a full cemetery scene. So there it is, you guys. We have Barry, the animated skeleton groundbreaker from Grandin Road, and there it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it creepy.